round in that Texas town. About to shack outside the game. You know what I'm talking about. Just let me know if you wanna go to that home out on the range. They got a lot of nice girls. I'm racing.
Hey everybody, it's Logan Hall again. This is actually the second time we are meeting today. I actually did a first today. I did two grill streams in one day. So we're definitely ramping up things here at the grilling headquarters. Um, so what I wanted to do this evening was actually uh, do a steak, but again, um, I've done I've done sort of plenty of steaks before, but I want to do something a little bit different um, this time around. I actually want to show you guys what I typically do, or at least what I used to do before, um, sort of prior to me getting the KJ. So let me go ahead and turn my camera on here. So what we have is a nicely marbled New York strip steak here, and let me just make sure. Yeah, yeah. So this is a nicely marbled strip steak here. And we're going to be grilling this not on this today, but we're going to be using um, this. This is my sort of first grill that I ever got. This is a Weber Smoky Joe, I think. Um, but again, very, very small. But again, you can make a good steak on this too. So what's slightly different on this is we actually use charcoal briquettes, basically. So let me get one out for you guys. This is something like this, basically. So again, it's slightly different from what we use on the larger grill. So that's more sort of lump charcoal. Um, but anyway, let's go ahead and use this. This is a chimney. So typically, when I want to kind of get a fire going with this style of charcoal, what I do is I will actually load up a bunch in here, and I'll put a little, like, either like a little piece of paper or something like this over here. Here, let me grab that real quick. So this is like a really good fire starter here. But again, so what I'll do is I'm just going to put that down right here, and then I'm going to put this on top of that, and then I'm going to load this up with some briquettes. All right. So I'll just kind of bring this over real quick and show you guys. So that's what we have. Um, and again, we put that little piece down here that we will use to start the fire. So let me go ahead and light things up. All right. So that's cooking down there now. And again, that's going to be enough to get the fire started and get this charcoal, moving here. So what we'll want to do is we'll want to wait until these are pretty much white hot. Um, Again, so this will be sort of like a two-zone cook, and again, I'll kind of explain what that is further in the video. But this will probably, again, take 10 to 15 minutes to get it where we want it to, and then what we'll do is we'll lift the grate and then pour them in on one side, um, and then we'll start cooking. All right, so let's season this up one more time. A little bit of salt on all sides. Again, don't forget the fat. All right, do some pepper. So I would recommend you guys use kosher salt when you're doing sort of seasoning here because it's very easy to pick up. Table salt is going to be a bit, a bit more fine, and it's going to kind of run through your hands sort of easily. But again, when you're seasoning a steak, I would recommend using kosher salt. Let's go ahead and put the charcoal in the uh, in the grill here. So first thing I'll do, I'll just kind of put this off to the side. I'm going to grab this, kind of put that off to the side, and then we're going to put everything on one side. Okay. Put that grate back on. So again, so what I'll do is I'm actually going to let this sit with the lid on for, I don't know, so just for like a few minutes, because the one thing like I want to do before I actually start grilling is I want to start to sort of clean the grates a little bit, and it's best to do that when the grates are hot. So let's go ahead and put the lid on just to get things kind of hot in there. These sort of grit holes here are opened up sort of all the way. Something that like you want to remember is sort of for these vent holes, and like there's also one on the bottom. When you want more heat, you keep these open because more air means more fire. When you want to like cool things down, you'll kind of close those off. But again, because we want sort of a maximum heat here, I will keep those open. Okay, so if you do care about, getting closer to like a medium or medium rare, I would recommend something like this. So this is like a meter Bluetooth probe. And typically what I'll do is I'll go ahead and put this into the steak, and we're gonna basically shoot for like a temperature of like maybe 125-ish. By the time that the steak rests, it'll raise up to about 132 to 135, and that'll be a nice medium rare. So let me go ahead and insert that here now. Okay. Okay, so I put that into like the thickest part of the steak. Again, you want to do that, like the thickest part so that you get like an accurate reading. But now we are at a point where it's nice and hot, and I've got a grill brush right there. So let's clean this up a little bit. Okay, so we're gonna get grilling, guys. What I would recommend first is you stand the steak up on the fat side first, like so. So this is going to get the fat rendered too, but it's also going to grease your grates up as well. So again, fat is sort of very flammable. So you get sort of like these sort of flare ups there, but that's all right. You can just sort of greasing the grates with the fat. So let's let that get that sort of fat rendered. Here, so let's actually back off here for a moment and let that die down a little bit. All right, I think that's probably good. So let's go ahead and give this about 45 seconds. So let's do this here so that we give it like a nice sort of a crosshatch pattern. And let's flip. There we go. And let's go ahead and give that another turn. All right. So that's got some nice marks on it. And now we're going to put it over on this side. So like the side that's not, or again, the side that doesn't have the direct heat sort of over the charcoal. And we're actually going to close this up. So we're sitting at about 83 degrees Fahrenheit for the internal temperature right now. We want to shoot for about 125. So here's the steak. Let's go ahead and get some foil. And what I'll do also is I'll also get just like a little sort of pat of butter as well. Put that on top. Okay. So let's go ahead and reveal the steak. It's been kind of sitting in this nice, buttery juices. Let's get a proper knife. Take that off for now. Let's move that off to the side. So let's get in here and see how I did. That looks pretty nice to me. Nice rosy pink. Put that off to the side. So let's take a look at what we got, guys. Nice sort of a rosy pink there. The reason why there's a hole in it is that's where the probe went. But if we go here, so this is probably like a better piece there, but again, nice sort of rosy pink there, nice sort of medium color. So let's go ahead and take a bite. Just a little bit more. Let's go ahead and take a bite and see how we did. Excellent. It's got a lot of beefiness to it. Again, a bit more beefiness than what you might find in like a typical steak because we did the dry brine. But again, this turned out great. And again, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. But guys, I'm going to enjoy this steak while it's still hot. Hope you guys learned something and learned that, again, you don't need a fancy grill to get nice sort of results like this. It's really more about technique that gets you the steak that you want. So before you go, please give me a thumbs up. In case you're not subscribed, please do consider subscribing, and I will see you guys in the next grill stream. Peace out.